That's a good thing. PJ just mildly sprained, PJ Peniel Jean mildly sprained his MCL. Manessa Garner, I think he was out here a little bit today. He just had the surgery, feels real good. They encourage you to get up and walk around as much as we can, so he was should be back in 3 weeks or hopefully a little bit less. Philip Welch got a mild quad. Just kind of resting him probably until early part of next week. Like the work that Kyle French is doing. He's hitting the ball incredibly well. And then Alec Lerner had 4 kickoffs and with 4-0 hang time or better pass in touchback. So Jordan Frederick, he just had a simple sinus infection. I think he was supposed to practice today. I know he tried to go through it a little bit. John Budmeyer, you guys remember back a couple years ago he had that and thought that might be it, but luckily it's not. The x-rays came back, were negative. He just basically got a little bursa that exploded and he's got some swelling. So as soon as that comes out, gets down, then he should be back good to go. Brian Wozniak is a pulled hamstring. Again, probably sometime part of next week. Nick Toon, we're just resting. He kind of just aggravated that foot a little bit more. All the x-rays and everything were negative. You're just going to give him some time away.
That's a pretty good laundry list. Is that a bit normal, above normal? Or
I think it's more, but again, really the only significant, I should say this, Nick Hill tore his ACL, his other leg, so disappointing day for him, feel bad for him. He's been battling back pretty good, so that was tough. And then Dallas Llewellyn should be back soon. So there's a lot of little things other than Nick. It wasn't a season-ending deal, so I am excited that I think we're going to get these guys back sooner than later. Even like, the defensive tackle, 91, Jordan Cahoot, he came back, and he's got twice the fresh legs just because he sat out that first week of practice, and to see him come out. So the one thing these guys, unfortunately, aren't getting reps. They're going to have real good legs when they get back.
You have these periods in camp where you got to push through them. Does this just come a little earlier?
Yeah, I think it is. And you know what? This is an unusual deal. If you thought about it over the course of time, we've always started on a Monday. We've gone an entire week. I give them Sunday. So this one was a little bit different. Threw into 2, had the Sunday off. Now we jump in it. First time we've ever had 2 a day in the middle of a week like we did today. So I think it's a learning experience for everybody, but it's good because I can kind of talk about scheduling, how that first game's on Thursday is a little different as well.
Do you have a rough idea on when you hope John comes back?
John Budmeyer? Yeah. Really is when the swelling goes down. He was actually pretty good yesterday. He wanted to do handoffs and all that stuff, but I got sore. I actually got a little bit more swollen. So as soon as he functionally can back out here, then we will.
How has Brennan looked with the extra work?
Joey Brennan?
Yeah.
I think Joey Brennan, from what I saw in the spring to where we are right now, is night and day. His composure in the huddle, first off, and then just his progression in reads. Joey is a very dedicated football player, and there was probably nobody up in that hallway every day when I came in during the summer. It seemed like he was always in there studying film. I just think he took it upon himself to take a big step forward, and he has so far.
Scrimmage work tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to do what we'll probably do is anywhere from 8 to 12 periods in the morning of good football periods, just some good fundamental work. We'll do some skelly, probably do some one-on-ones, and then we'll probably go in. I'm hoping to get somewhere between 15 to 20 reps with the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s. So it'll be kind of a combination tomorrow. Referees will be out here and going forward.
Did your kickers go 8 for 8?
Yeah, actually I think Alec mixed the first one, but I don't think French has missed one in 4 days. And we tried to put some pressure on him out there today. I thought he's looked exceptional.
He looks better this year than last year. Is it just growing up or what?
I think strong. He really, a lot of people laugh about it when you talk about a kicker, but his body has changed and his confidence level. And I do think last year coming into camp, he's kind of, when I'm at Wisconsin, all of a sudden he's like, I'm kicking for Wisconsin, and it's really shown.
You feel good with the plan with Borland right now?
I do.
He hard to hold him back.
Yeah, it is, and I think the part that we had to be careful of is as he was coming back was when he was going to be in the most danger because he fatigued so quickly. I'm not going to probably let him scrimmage tomorrow, but we'll let him go into practice in the morning, and then when we do our scrimmage next Thursday, I think he'll get a chance to shine.
You mentioned the officials tomorrow. There's some rules changes, tweaks. Is everybody clear on that? I know Corolla was talking even with the low blocks.
In all of my years as a head coach, we've had more meetings with the officials than at any other point. I think the chop rule, offensively and defensively, is going to significantly affect the game. And then I've been studying, my main summer project was the 10-second runoff, when to use it. And they're trying to say it's going to be a foolproof plan, but I've heard that before when we've installed new rules. So I do know that Bill Carollo is on top of it. We've got a number of tapes that have been sent to us. Paul's met individually, not only with Bill, but also a couple of officials have come here on campus. So there's a lot of dedication to that rule.
How do you think the low block rule will change that?
Well, for instance, it's a lot of it is determined where you are on the field, where you start. For instance, like a lot of times we'll have a tight end start on a hip position to the right. We'll move him over to the other side, and he's never had any restrictions on if he can go low, cut, or if he can go back across the formation. It's totally changed. It's really going to change the game, especially for teams like Wisconsin.
You've been asked about the wide receivers, but how about the tight ends behind Peterson and Byrne? Any of those young guys stepping forward?
Well, I do think Austin Traylor has a lot of talent. Sam Arneson's probably the most physically ready to play, and he gets it really quick. He unfortunately had walking pneumonia right before we started camp, so we just getting full strength back. But Austin got concussed, so that's why he wasn't out here today. But I think one of those three, has to have a chance to do something for us, especially if Waz doesn't come back sooner than later.
Austin Traylor athletically, that's really what you want.
Yeah, he's gifted, and you know what? I think he's got good football awareness and sense to him.
Scotty might be playing.
Yeah, I would like to go see Scotty too.
That's right.